Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this lesson we will take a look at level bombing in the F-5. Level bombing is something that is really useful if you want to create a runway or if the surface-to-air threat is high, so you need to stay low. Just like any other bombing in this aircraft, you need to be very precise with your inputs because you have no bombing computer in this thing. When doing level bombing, I recommend that you use the snakeye bombs. That is because it is easier and the delay before impact reduces the risk of you getting hit by shrapnel from your own bombs. There are different ways you can deliver them, a different altitude, speed and so on, and the method I am going to show you later is simply my preferred method. So let's start with taking a look on our loadout options. You can carry snake eyes on station 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The snakeye bombs are almost identical to the standard Mark 82 general purpose low drag bombs that we used in the last video, except for the fact that the snakeye have fins that comes out once you have deployed them, and the fins slow the bomb down, so they take a longer time to reach the ground, so you reduce the risk of damaging your own aircraft. On station 4, that is the center pylon, we can carry a rack of a total of 5 bombs. This is my preferred station when conducting low-level high-speed strikes, and this is why. In the F-5 you have the option of ripple bombing. When doing a ripple bombing you spread the release, dropping one bomb every 0.6, 0.1, 0.14 seconds. That means that if we fly 500 knots, one bomb will land with a spacing of 14 feet apart at 0.06 seconds, 84 feet at 0.1 and 118 feet at 0.14 seconds. I am sure there are some people out there with a more mathematically inclined brain out there, so please correct me in the comment section down below if I'm mistaken on this. But enough of this, let's get into the cockpit and drop some bombs. So here we are in the cockpit, and underneath me I have a rack of 5 times Mark 82 snakeye bombs. And we are going to start with cratering this runway ahead of us. We are going to crater the entire runway, so using the ripple setting is not recommended, and I'm going to show you another method. We're going to start with arming our bombs. Let's use the nose arming for this one, and make sure that there's power to the relevant station. And this one is going to be in bomb mode, not ripple, but in bomb. This one you don't have to arm in order to use bombs. And another thing I haven't mentioned yet is that when you have the ripple setting on, if it will only ripple the relevant station. That means that if you have, let's say, snake eyes on station 2, 3, 5 and 6, you will not be able to ripple those 4 stations, because once you press the ripple button it will try to ripple each station, and they will instead drop them all at once. So when doing ripple bombing you can only do it from the central station if you have the rack like I have right now. Next up we're going to set our reticle depression to 79, like so, and we're going to set the mode selector switch to manual, like so. And now we're going to unpause and we're going to fly over the runway at 500 knots and an altitude of 200 feet above the ground. But first we need to know the altitude of our target, which in this case is the runway. We can find that out on the F10 map, and we can see on the top left it's 69 feet, so let's say 270 for simplicity. That means we have to fly at 270 feet indicated altitude. And make sure that QNH is correct. It's 2992 right now. Alright, let's unpause. And the other thing you need to know is that you are really draggy with all the bombs underneath you, so you most likely have to be in burner, like I am now, to reach 500 feet. 500 knots. Alright, we're a bit too high still, a bit too fast. Let's trim it a bit. Oh, suddenly too low. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. And that's a pretty created runway. When doing a runway strike you don't have to be that accurate, but it's actually quite good to actually have the reticle and the speed and altitude correct. That is because suddenly you can observe an enemy aircraft trying to take off on the runway, and it's really satisfying if you manage to hit them with one of your bombs. I have done that, and it's a lot of fun, but not so fun for them. Next up we're going to try and hit these 4 vehicles right here. So let's go around and let's set up our aircraft. These vehicles seems to be spread out with maybe 100 feet apart, so I think we can do with 0.01 seconds in spread. And again, check that your station is armed and the mode selector switch is set to ripple, like so. Now let's try to hit those vehicles. Alright, we seem to have lined ourselves up pretty good. Let's move in. Those trees are a little bit in the way. Trim the aircraft as good as we can. Okay, I think I see them. A tad too fast and a bit too low. And pickle. Well, that wasn't the best one, I must admit. Seemed to I was a bit too fast and a bit too low. As you can see, the inputs are really important here. Let's just reset the mission and try one more time. Okay, we're back. Let's set up our aircraft. Nose arming, power on, ripple bombing, like so. Set our depression. We're a bit too fast again. And pickle. That was pretty good, I must admit. Yeah, those hits were pretty much bang on. T-72 is still alive. So guys, that is pretty much how you conduct level bombing in the F-5 using snakeyes. I hope this video was useful. Like and leave a comment if you want to see more of it or have any questions. And if you're unsubscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.